Welcome to episode 2 of CommunityManager.tv. I'm your host, Daniel Tekanoff. Today, we're going to talk about the topic of roofing. We're going to talk about roof maintenance, hiring the right contractor, warranties, and then we're going to do a deep dive into liquid roof coating technology. If this is your first time watching, go ahead and click that subscribe button with notifications enabled so you'll never miss an episode. Our guest today is Factory Direct Roofing. Founded by a nationally recognized roofing consultant and coatings applications trainer, Factory Direct Roofing provides liquid-applied commercial roofing, restoration service, and ongoing roof care and maintenance throughout the Phoenix metro area.
Great, I'll tell you a story. So there was a Safeway that burnt down not long ago. Well, it wasn't long ago. To me, in my memory, it seems very fresh. Well, what happened was the roof was not well maintained or taken care of, which is common, unfortunately. The drains were clogged up. It rained I think it was in October, and it just rained and rained and rained so much that the water never drained off the roof, and the weight of that water ended up collapsing the roof, broke open the gas line, and burned down the Safeway, which was the only grocery store in that neighborhood. They rebuilt it, now it's a gym. Right, so that's why it's very important that you make sure you have not only a quality roof that's going to protect the occupants inside and then the stuff. First people, then the stuff inside. But you want to make sure it's maintained so it'll continue to provide protection, because even if it's a great roof, like the one we're standing on here, it's a really great roof, if these drains are clogged up, it's not going to matter. Eventually the weight could just collapse the entire thing in. So that's why it's important that you have not only a good roof and a well-designed system, but a well-maintained roof over the lifetime of the roof. Also, if your roof is not maintained, your warranties will typically be voided.
So now that we've established that roof maintenance is important, how do we go about hiring the right vendor?
So to answer your question, what you should look for in a roofing contractor, one, you should look for experience. Do they know what they're doing? Do they have it written down? A written scope of work is very, very important, and I learned that in my consulting years. Otherwise, they can come up and do pretty much whatever they want. And you want them to do what you need done, not what they feel like they need done. Do they carry insurance? So you have to understand that it's not, you don't have to carry insurance to have a license to contract in Arizona. You have to have a bond, but you don't have to have insurance to protect your client. And then also, you want to find out, do they use subcontract labor or do they use their own labor? Because you have additional liabilities, and especially if you're an HOA property manager and you're responsible for other people's property, if something goes wrong and it's a subcontractor working on the project, you're going to have perhaps years of this and that kind of back and forth, who's going to pay for what. And the insurance companies aren't going to want to pay for the other guy's mistake. And if someone gets hurt and you get into a workman's comp issue, then you're going to have some serious insurance liabilities. And so you want to make sure that they're self-performed and that they carry all the proper insurance, which would include general liability, commercial auto liability, and workman's compensation. Very important, workman's compensation, because you as the owner, you don't want to end up paying for the guy who got hurt on the job because the contractor failed to do their work. Now, on that note, I would also say, do they work safely? Do they follow OSHA standards? Are they compliant? Are they trained? So look for OSHA 10 cards. And if you want to be bold, ask them directly to show you their workers' OSHA 10 cards right out of their wallets. They should have them. And if they do, they'd be very proud to show them. If they don't, why aren't they trained? So those are the things I would look for, the questions I would ask.
Warranties are an important part of any roofing project. But how do we ensure that we get a warranty that's not completely useless?
Okay, so roof warranties. I like talking about roof warranties because there's a lot of marketing buzz out there that a roof warranty is just a piece of paper and it's not worth anything. Well, that could be true depending on who carries the terms of the warranty. So in this company, what we do is we offer a no dollar limit warranty backed by the manufacturer. And you have to go through a process in order to get that warranty. We have to have the manufacturer come out and inspect every job that we do. And then they carry the financial burden of any warranty calls for the 10, 15, 20 years or more for labor and materials. It's a genuine actual warranty. So you gotta be careful, because if it's just a labor warranty, that's up to the contractor to decide whether or not it's a labor issue. And if it's a materials defect warranty, then, or if they're even in business, that's right. Yeah, thanks for bringing that up, because if unfortunately we went out of business for some reason, our warranty still carries forward for the entire term of the warranty. So that's why it's important. What is the warranty? who backs the warranty, right? Is it the contractor? Is it the manufacturer? Or maybe an insurance entity? There are insurance companies that will back warranties too. So yeah, that's what you need to ask for. No dollar limit, manufacturer-backed warranty is what I would recommend on any roof any roof, yeah.
I personally have a passion for any kind of technology, so I asked them for a deep dive into the Metacrylics products that they use.
This is one of the roofs we recently completed. This is a 10-year NDL Metacrylics specified system. Saying that, Metacrylics provides us with a specification. We install per scope of work, and then after it's installed, Metacrylics comes back out and does a full inspection to make sure everything was installed correctly. What I mean correctly installed is it's not just spraying the roof, it's about getting equal amount of millage throughout the whole entire roof surface. And millage is the amount of material that we build up over the existing substrate, which is the actual waterproofing. So as any roof ages, it loses millage. And with that millage loss, that's when you start to see water intrusion problems happening amongst penetration, HVAC units, skylights, things like that. So what we do is we come in with an energy efficient solution of waterproofing. And I say energy efficient because before we did this roof, it was an asphalt based built up cap sheet roofing system. Now, having an asphalt based roofing system, they absorb a lot of heat. And it's great with this type of system because once we coat it, we are reflecting the sun and we are reducing that heat. So you usually see about a 25% decrease in HVAC usage doing a coating instead of asphalt-based material. And what's great about Metacrylics is they have not only great reflectivity, but the thermal insulation that goes along with it. We have roofs in the middle of summertime in Arizona, it gets up to 116, 120. You can go up to the roof and it'll be cold to the touch. So you think about how much it's actually saving the customer, the end customer, the building owner, or even the occupants who are paying their HVAC bill yearly, because we're a very sunny state here in Arizona. So just a little bit of background about what we do. We come in, we restore, and when I say a sustainable energy efficient roofing system, when this is near its end of its life after we've lost the mills, all we needed to come back and do is pressure wash the roof and recoat it with white, and then the manufacturer will actually renew that warranty because we're replacing all the mills that have been lost. So it's a fantastic thing to do. Not only save money instead of tearing off your roof, it's more environmentally friendly, you're not adding to the landfill, but it's energy efficient and it's waterproof. So as far as Metacrylics goes, they've been around since the 70s. That's why we trust them as our manufacturer. A lot of these other manufacturers just popped up 5-10 years ago. Who knows when they're going to go in and out of business. So it's important to get a long standing company to back you, because you know, if they've been around since the 70s selling the same products, and I'm sure they've been more innovative with newer technology, but doing the same thing and with all the government specified work that they do, it's nice to have a manufacturer we know will honor their warranty. They do manufacture two different products. So the roof we're standing on is an acrylic water-based material. And using a water-based material is great. It's low, there's no solvents in it. Metacrylics actually manufactures with no zinc oxide in their product, so that's fantastic too, as most manufacturers that manufacture coatings do add zinc oxide in. It's a cheaper way to make the material, but it is a hazardous product. Again, why they're specified in government work. But they also manufacture silicone, which is not so much great for southern Arizona or mid to southern Arizona, because silicone is great for high moisture environments. It's a moisture cured product. So high humidity, usually it's used next to like oceans, or we have some jobs we'll be doing in Prescott Valley later this year when it's warm enough to install, where it's a high humidity area, so it helps the product actually cure. And what's great about silicone is it actually needs no reinforcement whatsoever. It stands up to ponding water without having to reinforce the stitch bond polyester fabric in there. Speaking on product, they do manufacture a two-part epoxy primer, and this is fantastic because in Arizona throughout the late 90s and early 2000s, cementitious coating was a great product, or so they thought. But You cannot recoat a cementitious product because cementitious cement holds in moisture. And when you hold in moisture and then you coat and seal that, and then a hot day comes along, that moisture needs to go somewhere. So it evaporates, and what you'll see is blisters all across the roof, and then those blisters eventually turn into leaks. Now, Metacrylics has came up with a solution using a 2-part epoxy primer. This stuff is fantastic. It's very heavy duty. You mix a A part and B part, you mix and then you spray. And doing that, what it does is it creates almost a moisture barrier. So it doesn't allow any of that evaporation to go through, and it also is permeable. So that means a little bit of that moisture will escape through there, but it won't escape in such an excessive amount where you get blisters. So they actually found a way to warranty over a cementitious coated roof. So most manufacturers can't do that, and most roofing contractors haven't even heard of that solution. So it's fantastic that we are installing that product. We've had a lot of success going over cementitious coatings, and it's a great product and we love it.
As with any product, you only get the true benefits when the product is used or applied correctly. So let's see how this application process works.
First, we come and do a primer. Before we do that, we gotta clean off the roof, power wash it, make sure that there is no loose granules, no dirt, just to make sure that everything adheres to the previous roof that we have installed. Making sure that everything is watertight before we start doing our primer, our coatings. Some places we have some low areas, like right here. We come and clean it off, install the primer, we reinforce it with polyester fabric. After that, we come and do the first coat and second coat. Some places where we see that there is like cracks, like open, we reinforce it with gel.
Okay.
Metacrylics cells, and that helps the crack not to expand anymore. So after they install this flashing, they install a caulking on top of here. That with the time gets burned by the sun, cracks, and what we do is just come and install it or 2 coats over it, so it lasts longer. Mostly all the leaks that happen on built-up roofs happen through the walls right here because of the caulking that burns cracks and just easy access for the water to go down.
Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time on CommunityManager.tv.